Well, Mob James has been a regular guest on my show. And, of course, there was a Keefe D interview, which we've discussed last time.
Yeah.
One of the things that Mob James said that was kind of interesting in our interview this February was, Mob James actually has a baby mother who was a Southside Crip.
Yeah, I heard that.
Right. And he was saying that right after the 2Pac murder, he was hearing about Southside Crips bragging about killing 2Pac.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they probably were. I mean, that was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta think about how it felt for us, Vlad, like to see our friend get stomped out by these dudes. You know what I mean? So the retaliation factor would have played a big part in that frenzy, I'm sure, yeah. So I could see that. I don't know if it's true, but I could see it. You know what I mean?
Well, the other thing was that when the Southsides got together and started having meetings about this, there were, infiltrators in that group. There were people that were working for the police
Well,
that was reporting back.
that could be true because the police have had informants in all of these hoods, Vlad, for probably before I came on the scene. You understand what I'm saying? So I could see that. I could see it.
Yeah. I mean, and it's really interesting how, like these days, Tekashi snitches on everyone, gets out, and he's rich and famous all over again. I remember I interviewed this guy from DC named Teflon Sean.
Oh, I just watched that the other day. That was a dope interview. Yeah.
Yeah. And we were talking about snitching in DC during the 80s, right? And he said, let me explain to you how serious it got about, having, because basically he said, if you were a snitch during that era, you were going to get killed.
Yeah, definitely. Inner city, yeah. Any inner city in those days for sure.
And there was a guy that he personally knew that there were some dirty cops that were trying to pressure him to do some shit that he wasn't going along with. They said, okay, we're going to put it on the street that you're snitching.
They've always done that. That's one of their tactics. Yep.
Yep. He went into the precinct with a gun and killed like 2 detectives. Wow. And then ultimately got killed himself in the process.
I'm gonna give you a good example with a guy from Kennedy Street named Benny Lee Lawson. Man, God bless his soul, but he was targeted by some crooked cops that wanted to put a bone out on him because he would never give them what the type of information they was looking for with the guys that he was, doing business with. And when he wasn't giving up that information, the police said, okay, well, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put it out there that you a snitch. And when they did that, Benny went up in the homicide division with I wanna say it was a Mac 11, and just let loose in there. I think he killed like 2 homicide detectives and injured like 3.
Yeah, he was dead serious about not having that jacket. Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, because he was gonna die. He was gonna die either way. It's either he was gonna pussy out and jump state, right, and go and live somewhere else and start his life over, or he was gonna stick to what he felt like, he was a part of, and he felt, he felt that strongly about it. So I get it.
I mean, yeah, I actually looked up the article with his name and everything. It was all legit.
That's crazy.
This really happened. So you've seen this kind of thing happen where the police will purposely.
Yeah. Absolutely, bro. Yeah, they'll try anything. Because what they want to do is that they want to penetrate whatever circle they're trying to, right? And so they'll do anything. You know what I'm saying? Which is say that this person told, you know what I mean, to get the others to kill him. You know what I mean? So yeah, they've done that. That's an old tactic that they use.
So you've seen it happen with people you know?
I've heard stories, not with nobody I know specifically, not from my generation, but I know that they do that. I've heard that from like my uncles and them generation who was before me and stuff like that. Yeah.